Norman Park before the KSW 47, but before we will talk about KSW, Norman, it is very nice to see you and hear you, and it will be a pleasure to meet you again in Łódź.
Thank you. It's nice to hear from you again. So, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Norman, well, let's start from the beginning. Last year, your last fight was in June, and you fought with Miles Price, and for the second time, you have win with this guy. And after that, you were searching for a fight for yourself in Bellator, then in Fight Exclusive Night, some other organizations at this road, and now we know that you are going to fight for KSW again. Let's say something about the Bellator contract. Do you have any contract with them, and is there any chance that we are going to see you in Bellator?
No, the contract is terminated from Bellator, so
Hmm.
I'm free to fight anywhere at the moment. So I signed fights for KSW, and that's the only thing I'm focusing on at the minute is just focus, got promotion,
Hmm.
got fights up,
Hmm.
get paid good money, and that's it. That's the only thing I focus on. Just get ready to fight for KSW.
Okay. And what about FEN? Because last time we've seen it was in Poland, in Lubin. You were a guest of Fight Exclusive Night, and the organization said that you have signed a contract with them, and they are preparing for you a fight, maybe with Irokas Jewtuszko.
Yeah, the original deal was to fight in January, but then when they found out about the clause in the KSW contract, they said, I couldn't fight until after April,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then they says, right, so the contract had to be scraped, and so I never officially got a contract after that to sign again to fight with Jatusko, but we were talking about it. It was kind of a little bit back and forth, but then it's we got the offer through my manager for. They say my manager got in contact and they said about they needed someone to fight Boris, and then so I thought, right, here's a good opportunity to make some real good money and you know and start focusing on good things, so
Mm-hmm.
I right, no problem. I end up contacting the matchmaker and then we got a deal sorted, and that's it. That's how it happened, and it works out financially better for me. So and that's it. That's the reason why I signed back there too. And it's a good opportunity to get against a tough opponent to get a good win, and then potentially move on to better things after that. So we'll see what happens. But I'm just focused on not. I'm not focused on anything else. I just focused on this fight with Boris, and that's it.
Okay. You said that this is a chance for you to fight for a better money, and in one of the interviews for the Polish media, I think for My MMA, it was Paweł Jóźwiak, president of Fight Exclusive Night, said that there is a possibility that you've become from KSW even a six-digit number payoff for the fight. Is it true?
What's the digits? What is that, like over 100,000? Is that what
Yeah,
that means?
yeah.
Well, sure. We'll let people think what they want, sure, but but we'll say no more, sure. How about that?
Okay. Okay. Well, about money, it's off, but about the contract, I have to ask you about the contract with KSW. How does it look like? Is it for a one fight or maybe for multiple fights?
There's multiple fights in the contract, open contract where I can fight anywhere else too,
Mm-hmm.
apart from Poland.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
you know, like I know all about this, but it's an open contract. I can fight anywhere else, but if everything goes smoothly, then I don't really need to fight anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
If I get the job done, like this fight here with Boris, it's a different deal for this fight because it's a bigger fight, and plus it's last minute to jump in and fight. It's better marketable for KSW for me to fight Boris with a history. And so for this fight, it's just the better deal for this fight. 100% better deal for this fight. And then no matter what, win, lose, draw, whatever, it doesn't matter. I got a chance to fight lightweight again, but I need to prove to make lightweight one time, and then we'll see what happens after that. But the focus, it's definitely a multi-fight deal, but I want to focus on just the fight with Boris, and that's the only thing that's on my mind at the minute.
Mm-hmm. After the fight with Boris, let's say that you are going to win with him. Would you reconsider to stay in 170 pounds, or maybe will go down again?
Yeah, I think I will go down, because like I know where I'm at and stuff like this. You got Roberto Soldic, who's the champion, and he's a very, very tough opponent. Out of them all, out of him and Durkus and Boris, he's the tougher fight out of them all, and he's young, a young guy too, very, very strong, and he's very, very big for the weight too. Like he weighed in on the fight night, he weighed in 77 for the weigh-in, and then on the fight night he was 88 kilos on the fight night. So there's like 11 kilos that guy put on, and it's not he's put on solid muscle filled right out again. So he's a big, big boy for that weight. And like I'm not big welterweight. I'm just like smaller welterweight. So maybe potentially down the line, maybe KSW will introduce like a new division, 165 pounds.
Mm.
After a little bit, maybe they'll do this. So I think some other promotions have already started this, like Brave Combat Federation have started uh, this new division. So I think maybe eventually the rest will follow suit. Because it's very, very tough. I know it could make the lightweight, but it's like a lot of stress to make lightweight. You're not, instead of focusing properly on training and just like getting good preparation for the fight. I'm always thinking about the weigh-in every time. It's like my weight. I'm too big for the weight, but I got a lot of muscle mass on me, so it's like not much fat, so I can only diet so far, and then the rest is like a lot of water, and it's like about 15 plus pounds every time. It's very, very hard. So I want to see where I feel at this one here, but I'm maybe hoping eventually after a while they'll introduce this new division.
Mm. Yeah. Well, were you in training when you've got an offer for fighting with Boris?
Yeah, I've been training. Yep. I've been training on and off for the whole time, like here a little bit, and then there was a wee while there after the last fight with Miles. I never trained for a little bit. There was a lot of other things going on, so I never really focused on training for a bit, just getting some other things sorted. And then, but the best thing for me is to be focused, ready for the fight, training for a fight, and that's it. Then I'm on my head's in the straight and narrow. Once I get a fight lined up, I can go a little bit crazy. So um, I'm just happy that I don't need to kill myself to make weight, and I think I'll be able to put on a better show. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just interested in the fight.
Uh, as you said, the fighting for KSW is for you a chance to get a nice money, but also I think that because of the history between you two, you and Boris, you were much more interested in taking this fight. Am I right?
Yeah. Even that there, KSW were more interested in me fighting for them too. He could have had someone else. I think they had someone else to jump in, but I think maybe some Brazilian guy or something like this. But for me to fight him was a bit more marketable for them, and I thought, right, okay. My manager says this is a good chance. You can do it. So I was like, let's do it. No problem. If I get the right deal, I'll fight. No problem. And it's not just about the money. Obviously it is in a way too, but because I'm at a certain age now, it's not like I'm looking, working my way up the ranks to try and get to the UFC or this or that. I've been there and did all that. So now it's about still taking tough fights. Like people know I take the tough fights all the time, but getting the good deals for it, and I'll come on and fight. I'll fight. I'll fight to the death, no problem. So it's it's um it's an interesting matchup. There's a lot of drama involved with this fight with me and Boris, and that creates a lot of tension. So it's a good matchup, and we're ready to fight.
Do you think that Boris will underestimate you?
And maybe he does. Maybe he thinks he's not fighting Durkus now, so he's got a guy moving up from lightweight. He thinks maybe he'd be a bit too powerful for me, but I'm pretty strong at this weight too. So like I always train with the bigger, tougher, stronger guys every time. So I don't think there's going to be a problem there. He's maybe like physically stronger in certain ways, but I'm more agile than him. He's he's kind of like likes to plow forward and be in control of the fight every time, but he don't like whenever he's on the back foot or if the fight changes a little bit. He always likes to be in control every time of the fight. But if the fight changes and it's shifting a wee bit, he don't like that there. So he wants to stand and fight. He said he wants to stand and fight with no wrestling. So I bring that on, not a problem. So if he wants to do that, or if he wants to try to take me down wrestling, we defend, strong defence, and fight him on the feet. So, but I'm ready to fight him anywhere, you know. But it's more interesting to stand and fight for the fans. I get that. So I'm more than willing to stand and fight with him, no problem.
In one of your last interviews, you said that KSW is planning to rebuild their boy again. I mean Boris, and you are here to spoil the party. So, what's your plan for Boris? How do you try to do it?
Yeah, in a way, it's a tough puzzle to solve. Like, I understand when you get to a certain level, it's not, people just think it's all about one punch knockout. It's not, like, it's just not about that there. You got to be prepared everywhere, you know. And, I ain't got a finish in a long time, but it's not to say that I'm not capable of finishing anybody, because, that 100%, I am capable of finishing people. But Boris is a tough boy, a very strong fighter. I respect him for the fight. I respect him. He's a good lad too, but he's been talking shit about me, saying he's saying that I'm disrespectful. He likes me as a fighter, but he don't like me. Other than that,
as a person, yeah, I had it.
yeah, that doesn't really bother me. I don't really care about that. It doesn't. That don't mean anything. So that doesn't mean anything to the fight. The only thing that matters is about the fight. So I don't really care what he thinks about me outside the cage. When we fight in the cage, that's all that matters. So. But I bet my life on it, he'll come to me after the fight and he'll have a drink. And I'll just say, hard luck, Boris, and good luck in your career.
What do you think about the psychological aspects of this fight? Do you plan to try to get in his head, or maybe you did already?
I never really tried to play the tactics like that there, I just want him to come into the fight with a free mind, focused and ready to fight. I understand a lot of the mind games and stuff like that. People want to try and get in and just get a wee bit, but no, let's start even and let's go in and let's stand and have this fight that you want to do. I'm going to, no matter all the talk that's going on and the people say that I'm scared to fight Boris, this and that. Well, here I am. The contract's already signed, and I will be there on the 23rd of March, standing straight across the cage. And then I'll be like, who's scared to fight who now? Let's fight. If you want to stand toe to toe right there, man up, let's do it. I'll fight him, no problem, anywhere. Because I seriously hope he don't underestimate me anywhere, striking, wrestling, everything. But he knows he's talking about and going knock him out, dude. You ain't knocked anybody out in ages. Like, don't talk about silly stuff. You ain't knocked anybody out. You're a grinder. You're a strong grinder. That's your type of fight, not knocking people out. So don't talk bullshit. He's only lying to himself when he says that to make himself feel good. But Boris, Boris just reminds me of just a little just up steroid head. That's all he is. He used to be lightweight fighter like me. He was lightweight fighter, but it never worked out for him. And he thought, okay, like I'll just up, see if I can put on some muscle and fight boys at welterweight. It worked. He was champion. He beat a lot of good, strong boys, but he's never faced me. No matter what people say, he's never faced me, and I'm a different puzzle. So he needs to come through me. And if he gets through me and beats me by push decision, I'll turn around and I'll shake the man's hand and say, good luck in the rest of your career, no matter what. Like, I will shake the man's hand after the fight and I'll say, good luck, respect. But don't play dirty, foul games in the fight. Don't play this with your little boyfriend. Gamrot did. Don't play this stuff, because that guy is a dirty player, and I think he knows that Gamrot's a dirty player, and Gamrot knows he's a dirty player. He only did this stuff to me and nobody else, so think about that for a second. And that's it. So I'm coming to fight Boris, and that's it. And then potentially maybe fight with Gamrot down the line in another rematch.
Nice. Okay, and last one from me. How does the relations with Martin and Maciej Kawulski looks like between you? Because there was a lot of not very nice talking last year or the last months, and it didn't look good. And that's why your decision to fight in KSW and their decision to contract you again was a big surprise for the fans.
Yeah, no, like a lot of it's business involved too. But I never had a manager at the time too, so I was kind of dealing a lot doing my stuff myself, and it's like I can be a wee bit over aggressive at times and stuff. Like, I'll admit that. Yeah, I can speak my mind too much, but in a way, it's not a bad thing. At least you know where at least they know where they stand then. But originally, before the Bellator, I actually wanted to still stay with KSW. They only just asked it to get a little bit more push in the contract, a little bit more financial security in the contract, and I would have stayed with KSW. But they said no at the start, and then that's why I went to that's why I ended up going to Bellator. But then that never worked out, and then this whole Boris thing came around pretty quick after that there, and then I says, right, this is a good chance for me to jump in there, fight this guy, not cut weight, not cut like 15-pound water, killing myself, fight this boy, and you know, I know they're the way they're all thinking the odds are against me, and I'll take that role, no problem. I'll sit and take that wee role where you jump in the underdog, because I did it more than, man, where's Boris fought in enemy territory? Boris has never fought in enemy territory. He's been fighting where everything's on his side every time. Where have I been? Brazil 2 times. This is going to be my 3rd time in Poland. You know, I fight these, but like, it's not going to get any worse than coming out to Brazil where they're shouting you're going to die 2 times. I still walked out no problem. And there was 2 fights that got fucked over. So, you know, there's a lot of losses in my record that could, my record could be a lot more better than it already is. So, but, you know, that's good experience, you know. Like, I don't mind travelling to fight the boys, the tough boys in their backyard, no problem. But if I get paid the right money, I'll do that 100%. And I'll still come to fight too, 100%. I'll still come to fight.
Nice. Okay. So we are waiting for a great fight. As I know from the second or last time and your last fights in KSW, and not only you are giving a great fight, so this will be also a nice thing to watch. Norman, I would like to ask you to say hello to the Polish fans and tell them something interesting before we will see each other in Łódź.
I just hope that you can support me when I come to Poland and not everybody boos me. But I know I got a lot of fans in Poland because I get a lot of messages from people to say, like, Boris and Gamrot, not a lot of people like them. They talk shit too, and they act like you talk shit. But we think you're a champion. So I got a lot of fans who send me messages. You got mixed messages from Polish fans, but generally, like, most of them are pretty good. So the only thing they need to know is, like, I'll come to fight, and that's what more can you do? What more can you do? Go in there and put it all on the line and fight your heart out till the end, and don't stop till the end of the bell. You know, you can't ask for any more than that, and that's what I'm going to be paid to do, and that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, great. Norman, thank you very much for the talk. We will see each other in Łódź next month. We're waiting for you, and I can tell you that you really have a lot of fans here in Poland. I can see it in the comments under our news about you and so on. So there is not going to be only booing. People will just clap hands for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I will speak to you soon and see you soon.
Yes, with the makeup, not like this. Thanks, Norman, very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martina.